Even the terrible disaster at Dunbar in June last sinks almost into insignificance when compared with last Tuesday's horrible explosion of gas in the Mammoth mines of the H.C. Frick Coke Company, situated some 6 miles northeast of this place. In the first instance, but 31 men lost their lives. Here, of the 107 miners and mine workers, not one escaped to tell the awful tale of how death came. This was the beginning of the article in the Mount Pleasant Journal in which the residents of Pennsylvania's Westmoreland County heard about the extent of the Mammoth mine explosion. On January 27th of 1891, the Mammoth mine explosion occurred and over 30 families lost husbands and fathers, and even more lost sons and brothers. Supposedly, the explosion resulted from the ignition of a miner's oil lamp. Over 60 men died instantly, and those rescued from the fire succumbed to their injuries later, and no one survived. Pictured here is the H.C. Frick Coke Company Mammoth Mine Union Supply Store. The building stood along Poker Road but has since been destroyed. This is what the inside of the Mammoth Mine Union Supply Store looked like. Master workman Peter Wise addressed the following letter to the miners of the region. To the members of the Knights of Labor and Workingmen of the Coke region, the sad news of a disastrous explosion at the Mammoth mines has just reached me, and I fear many families may have been left destitute. He goes on to say how important it is that people help the families left behind. He also mentions that the company will help with the financial aspect of the aid given. This was the slate dump at Mammoth Mine. Many prominent and well-known members of society died that day, including John Beveridge and James Bowles. Beveridge was the roadman in the shaft, and both men were held in high esteem by the entirety of society. What's not mentioned is the great number of men that weren't well known. Those men and some children were mostly immigrants. Their names and families are available online at patheoldminer.rootsweb.ancestry.com/mammoth2. To the owners, these men were expendable and easily replaceable, but to their families and friends, they were priceless. After the Mammoth mine explosion, mine safety reform became a political cause, and while no legislation was drafted directly because of this event, safety standards of mines went up over time. Up until the 1990s, the men that were killed were lost to history and left in a mass, unmarked grave. This begs the question of how long it would have taken to raise safety standards or erect a memorial if the 118 men were all well known, like Beveridge and Bowles. This is the Mammoth Coke Works. While no damage was done to the coke ovens in the explosion, many shafts below the surface were destroyed. Now, a marker from the Pennsylvania Labor History Society marks the mass grave and honors the men killed during the Mammoth mine explosion. This marker was established in 2000 and is located at St. John's Cemetery in Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania.